When David had grown old and was near the end of his days, he made his son Solomon king of Israel. This is where everyone's at right now. Okay? Jacob, Israel, falls. But he doesn't fall completely back flat on his back. Jacob, which is Israel, is on his butt. King Solomon, which is outside of the house of God, build a house outside of the house of God, which is the house of God, which sounds like what? The Solomon Temple, which is in Washington, the first fall of heaven. The first fall of Jacob is the first fall of Israel. Okay? Israel's on its butt right now. Why? What Sodom and Gomorrah, all that garbage on the butt. Okay? Above Jacob, climbing the tree of life, above Jacob is Solomon. Above Solomon, King Solomon he got drunk off the wine of the future. So he wasn't allowed to go any higher. King Solomon now raises Jacob up, and that's where we're at right now. King Solomon represents John's candy, all the Messianic, like knowing the future, the 33rd degree, all of the everything that you know in life that was created through the windows in time. That's what this is about. So here, I'm going to show you how to read this. He then gathered all the leaders together of Israel, together with the priests and the Levites. The Levites, 30 years old and above, were counted, and their total numbers of was found to be 38,000. So 38,000, what time is it? Third of the 8 of this chapter. Now watch this. Of these 24,000 were to direct the services of the house of the Lord. 6,000 were to be officials and judges. 4,000 were to be gatekeepers, and 4,000 were to be praise the Lord with the instruments which David had devised for praise. So these are the instruments, music, and time that we know today. So all of who are of God, here, check this out. This is how you read this. David divided them into classes according to the sons of Levi. You're really showing them all the categories. Mirror, I'm a mirror of me, you're a mirror of everybody. We are a mirror of everyone. We're all right. You're a mirror of me, I'm a mirror of you. We're all mirrors of each other. To the Gershonites, so these are all the gatekeepers that you see in the world, where these are the Messianic. I'm not saying all of them are bad. I'm saying the house of Solomon was infiltrated. That's why he couldn't go any higher. The house of Solomon, which is the Masons, they got infiltrated. That's why Jacob has to rise above Solomon, which is Israel. You're really showing it and seeing it all right. I'm just laying it all on you. Latin, laying it all on you, pal. See, I'm a mirror of him. See, I'm a mirror of him. So these names, you are having a conversation literally in time with these names. So imagine knowing that these names are representations of individuals in this world, and you could literally have a conversation from thousands of years ago, right in this very moment. These names were created in a time for this very moment in time to be shown. And you could have a good laugh. A laugh meaning, wow, you're really loved by God. Literally loved, and you could have a conversation in time. So when Jesus spits on the ground and makes mud, these are the names of people who are in the tombs, right? They're not living. These are thousands of years ago names who lived in time according to the way God said, hey, I need you to do this, that, and the other thing, exactly how this, because it reflects thousands of years into the future. This is why there's a first fall of heaven, because Lucifer wanted to be a part of all this and have control of all of this, and God says, I'm sorry, Lucifer, that's not how this works. So now you have a first fall of heaven. So all these names, this is the guy sitting literally outside and there's the spit, make mud, put it on their eyes. Where do you go when you pass away? Into the dirt. So now he said, I'm going to put this mud on your eyes, and now you're going to go rinse your eyes off, and you're going to see. Okay? He's really seeing it all. Hazel is a liar. Okay? You're showing it all right, seeing it all right, because forward, the cross is here. The cross is this way, right? But if you look up and down, it's a 3D cross, right? So you have 3D, okay? You have this way, this way, this way, this way, all ways of the cross, right? So why wouldn't you read if one of the apostles was crucified upside down, what does that mean? Look. That's not just a U or an N, that's a U. That's what that means. That's what all this means. The 3D cross, you're seeing it in all directions. Forwards, backwards, up. Nothing is just, I'm just going to make a cross. So you have a conversation literally in time. All the categories that, mirror me and everybody. So what do I sound like? I'm speaking literally like a child. We are all right. I'm a mirror me, you're a mirror me, you're a mirror we. So all the David music that's on the world stage, that's of David playing the harp, okay? The depictions of David are of his chin looking up. So he's looking up. Solomon, his chin is looking down because he fell to the winepress of the future. So all the strings represent the voices in time, but together apart. So a harp is this. So these are strings in time. They're not together, but they're all together. You understand what I'm saying? So the harp is, I'm just laying it all on you. Okay? These were the heads of the families of laid it all on you. The sons of, see, I'm a mirror me. He's a mirror me. Johath, these two names go together. How do I know that? Here, look. J is the 10th verse is J. The first letter is J. Okay? This is B. 2 Z's is B. He's a mirror of me. J has it all. He has all that. He's Zing all of it. All Zing. B is all Zing. All seeing. J is you, Shane. Everybody will be all right. Everybody will be all right. I sound like I'm speaking like a child right now. This is how long it takes me to read just one simple chapter. One simple, like going from 23 to 24 will take me a little under an hour. I don't none of these names matter. That's how you read the Bible. So all these prophets coming on the world stage, all of these, make your sons and daughters prophets. But yes, now you're going to see it. You'll be all Zion. Okay? Because once you know this and see all of this, see all of this, as I'm speaking in time, this is reflection, direct reflection. Everybody will end up being all right. Okay? There's no multiple languages in life. There isn't. There never has been. That's what's creating division. Everyone wants to be the rulers of the world when God says, okay, here, I'm going to give it all to you. You're really showing it. I'm really showing it honesty. Honestly. You have to be reborn into the Spirit in order to understand to be a child of God. This is just the street I grew up with. Amram, the Ram. That's why WWE has a ram in the middle of the ring. Warmamont. Adam. You want to know what Adam's name was made Adam's name? Warmamont. Warmamont. He's really here. The sons of Amram were Aaron and Moses. Aaron was Set. Aaron is sky high. So sky high. Aaron was named sky high in MSOE school in Milwaukee is Moses. Sky high skate shop is Aaron. All these names in time are just moments in time for all of our lives. I'm just giving you all the categories of life, of all of our lives. I'm all right. I'm Warmont. The Z is an N. He's really Aussian for everybody. My name is Browning. He Brownin. Ronin. He's Brownin. All our names are in this book, my friends. All of our names. So all these prophets coming to the world stage saying, I'm a prophet and I have a prophetic message. The only prophetic message anybody should be giving is opening up their Bibles and saying, hey, this is what today means in time of our lives. And I can go through this moment of your life. If this is moment of my life, okay, which is all of our lives. And I say, hey, look, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's what this means, here, all of it. What's stopping for anybody else from saying, oh, now I understand what it means to be of all these Bible chapters. These are moments in time in chronological order. So basically when it says, hey, David wanted to build a house for God, but God says you waged too much war. The gatekeepers and all of the judges and all of this, these are the angels that were chosen in time to be here now. So when I say, hey, I can speak in silence to all these people, these are the ones who are chosen. So when it says Moses walked, okay, underneath the water through the Dead Sea, and everybody behind you turns to stone, okay, their hearts and minds were turned to stone. But everybody who Moses led through, they were given a crown from heaven. And this is what this means. When you're in the temple of God, you get a crown from heaven and you're able to communicate in silence with everybody. And everybody's a mirror of each other. I'm a mirror of me. I'm a mirror of me. We're a mirror of everybody. Okay? You really got to listen to her right. Okay? You really got to listen to all of it right. Eleazar. That's why this individual's name was created what his name's. All in all, we all right. So going through this, the number, the pounds of gold, look at this. The number of gold, 100,000 talents of gold is about 3,777 tons of gold. These numbers represent individuals in time. This is an address. 1,000,000 talents of silver, about 37,750. This is an address of here. And everybody around me knows it. Everything is reflections in time. So Jacob having to rise back up above King Solomon, because everyone is what? My head is in a box. Everyone's a box head right now, and that's King Solomon. That's King Solomon. I'm over the box heads. If you're trapped in the house and you're not out in the world actually seeing it, you're just a box head. You're just I have a prophetic message today because the Holy Spirit came upon me. Okay, the Holy Spirit came upon you, but you have no reflection in time to show. You're just saying words that everybody else is saying. I'm just showing. Everybody could be showing in their own hearts, and then actually going out into the world and being a reflection of 1,000 years of peace. Instead, people are just causing more circle after circle after circle. If this is an upside down cross and everybody's literally in a world of upside down, okay, everything that you read from beginning to end, this is an M and a W. Warmont. That's just the street I grew up on. I'm not. What do they say? I'm not good enough to be crucified like my Savior. So crucify him upside down. That's what he said, right? That's what that means. So now when you have a cross that's 3D, you're seeing the words in time, forwards, backwards, up, and down, because God is everything. He's really realizing it. He's really realizing it all right. So the son of, you're showing it honestly. I'm showing it honestly. I'm not wanting anybody. I'm just saying, hey, all of you can find your names in this book. And when you find your name in this book, just like I show, hey, if I go back to Genesis, everybody wants Kennedy on the world stage. Shane is showing Kennedy. Your names are in this book just like anybody else, but everybody looks to the world stage at their idols because they don't truly believe in God. They praise God, but they don't truly believe it because they don't believe in what it all truly means. They just think somebody from another country is going to come over here, or somebody's going to come out of the sky. Israel in the beginning was chosen for a reason. Nothing is set in stone in one place. So if this was the start, okay, it was the start to reflect all around. And all around, if this is the little cross, what about the big cross, Father? All around. Do you see what I'm saying? The cross is 3D. That's why you have a basketball. Because everyone's stuck in the basket, being basket cases, creating war. These were the sons of Levi according to their ancestral houses, the family heads as they were enrolled, one by one according to the names. They performed the works and services of the house of the Lord from 20 years age upward. For David's final orders were to enlist Levites. Okay? Everybody leaving it all right and seeing it all right. Levites. Left is right. From the time they were 20 years old, David said, the Lord, the God of Israel, has given rest to his people and has taken up the dwelling of Jerusalem. Henceforth, the Levites need not carry the dwelling of any of its furnishings or equipment. Rather, their duty shall be assist in the sons of Aaron in the services of the house of the Lord, having charge of the courts and the chambers and the preservation of everything holy. They shall, what this means, the preservation of everything holy, the preservation of these names, the preservation of time of everything holy is reflection. Everything holy is a holy reflection. These are all holy reflections in time that reflect our names. They shall also have charge of the showbread. The showbread of the fine flour for the cereal offerings. So the showbread is here. Now, if you go back here, I'm really showing it honestly. The showbread. I'm giving bread and showing it honestly. Do you see it now? Of the fine flour, okay? Flour is so everything doesn't stick together, right? You don't want everything to stick together and clutter together because nobody is the same. Everyone's different in their own little unique ways, right? So the flours, giving everybody flour. Flowers. The fine flour. These are moments in time that is just reflections in time of then for now. You know why these countries want to be rulers of this and why everything's happening as it is? Because everybody wants to dictate what all this means when everything is for everybody all around the world. But everybody wants to dictate what all this truly means, or they don't want to show this. They want to continue collecting all the money and be rulers and be dictators of how all this should be given out. You know, they must present every morning an offer of thanks and praise. So when I wake up, here I am. This is me giving offerings and thanks and praise of my heart in time to say, hey, I see and honor my reflection in time. That's preservation. True preservation of bread. They must present every morning an offer of thanks and praise in the Lord, likewise in the evening. Meaning when you go to bed, see your reflection and have your reflection that you've gone through in each day, and don't let each reflection go outside of yourself without knowing what it truly means. Because if you're outside of yourself, somebody else is within you. And if somebody else is within you, what is the world within you, or is God within you? And if God was within you, truly within you, you would be reflecting on your moments in time that have already been written out each day of your life. But people don't want to see that. They just want to parrot these words. And at every offering of the Holocaust of the Lord on the Sabbath, so you have to take a bath, you have to bathe yourself from the world. S-A-B is bathing. New moons, meaning new nights, okay? Because you have a dark side and a light side of the moon. You come from a night of living in the dark when there should be no darkness at night if you're truly of the sun, right, of God. New moons and the feast days of such numbers are prescribed. They must always be present before the Lord. They shall observe what is prescribed to them concerning the meeting tent. The meeting tent is a place where you're covered, right, from the world. So meeting tent, meaning all of this gold, okay, is a meeting tent built in a house of God, okay? So a meeting tent is the same thing, just in a smaller form, meaning you're coming together in a smaller format, not within a house of God, but within a temple of God, which is in your mind. Your mind is a meeting tent in which you come together and reflect with individuals of what happened throughout that day and how to give thanks and praise to the Lord. Now, when you're outside of that meeting tent, you have the dark side of the moon and the light side of the moon. Now you're getting into the book of Enoch. Now you're getting into King Solomon. Now you're getting outside of the house of God, which is still the house of God. The Messianic temples, you're getting that's being solo into the world outside of the house of God, but still reflecting the house of God, but wanting to go back into the house of God. And that's where Jacob fell on his butt. Jacob has to rise above Solomon. David, okay, played the harp, played the strings, gave all the information in time through those strings to Solomon and said, here, Here's what this means if you play this string. Here's what this means. Here's what this means. Here's what this means in time. So this is the beginning of them building their temple, and this is the end. And David says, here, I'm going to show you what's going to happen 5,000 years from right now. And King Solomon got drunk on this string right here of the tuning of the mind. He ended up looking down, and that's Eve. When you look down, you're looking at the sin of Eve, on the getting drunk on the wine and the serpent and the tree. So this string represents everything above. So when you go above, Solomon would be right here. Jacob fell. That's where we're at right now. Jacob, Israel has fallen. Okay. Jacob, Israel has to rise above the box heads of the Messianic, putting all the music. Okay. Because they're people are saying, oh, I'm God, look, I could do this, I'm in reflect, I could show this, that, and the other thing. So here you have Jacob, who fell. Then you have Solomon, which is direct in alignment with David, okay? David gave him the beginning, the middle, and all of which in the middle of the end. So this is the beginning of where they were thousands of years ago. He showed 5,000 years into the future. For now, King Solomon got drunk on it, and that's why you have the Messianic temple. It was the Solomon temple, all of it. So Jacob has fallen. They took the place. This is John's candy canes, and all of it, leaving all of this in time in ways of movies, this, that, which got infiltrated by Hollywood, this, that, all the other garbage. So Jacob has to rise above King Solomon, and Israel has to be brought back to life, meaning Israel has to denounce all of the garbage that they have been. This is basically the hardest game the world has to play, because they have to get past all the pointing their fingers at fault and going through, oh, they're all cult, they're all this. You're right. It all is infiltrated, just like everybody's life was infiltrated in some way to be a cult. Okay? So in the sense of, okay, they shall observe and prescribe concerning the meeting in a meeting tent. So the 15 people who were in a meeting tent and were prescribed the concerning of that day, okay, they met in a tent. That could be considered a cult back in the day. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just a worldly label that you guys literally all go by day, pointing your finger. And that's why Lake Michigan is in the shape of a finger, because everyone's pointing their finger in reflection. So if you take my finger, the image of my finger right here, take a screen capture and pull up Lake Michigan and put a side-by-side image or put a translucent image over it. I bet you it's an exact match. Bet you my life it's an exact match. So take your screen captures. I guarantee you this finger right here and the tip of the nail is going to be Chicago. And the tip of the nail, who held the nail, who wanted to hold the nail to put in my hand. The beast, Barak. So getting back to what I'm saying, this is where we're at right now. Adam, which is, he's got a shovel in his hand at Immaculate Conception. He keeps just digging, wants to dig in the worms of everybody's life, pretending to be Jesus. Barak. Eve is just stuck in the burning bush, meaning in life now, today, I'm on an apple. Okay, if I go back here in Genesis, I'm on an apple. So everybody's getting caught up in the Eve apple. iPhone. It literally says in Genesis, this is the geniuses of life. iPhone, the apple. So where we're at right now, all the prophets of the world, everything that people are coming onto these box heads on their phones, speaking, I have a prophetic message today. The only prophetic message anybody should be giving is the true words of what these mean. If you go into a house of God and they're just ranting for 30, 45, hour and a half, 2 hours about how to be a better, closer to God, a relationship to God. If you truly want to have a relationship with God, you're going to say, oh, I'm going to be reborn into the Spirit as a child of God. And I'm gonna look at it all as like, oh, I see it now. I seeing all of it right now. I seeing all it right now. Now. N-A-H, now. I see all of it right now. The priestly classes. This is what everybody in life, when they get into the house of God, learns in time. The priestly classes. The descendants of Aaron also were divided into classes. The sons of Aaron were nobody. That's a B, a D, and a P. Nobody abiding in you or listening to you on here. Nobody's abiding in you. Nobody's listening to you in here. Nobody's truly listening to me in here. This is why phones are garbage, because I'm not connecting with anybody in time. I'm just showing, hey, here's what you could do in time. So nobody abiding in you or listening to you on here. How is it thousands of years ago for this very moment? These names represent all 116 of you on here listening, but not listening. Nobody abiding in you or listening to you on here. It's a matter of time. So you keep reading, died before their fathers, leaving no sons, therefore only Eleazar and Ithamar. So Warnemont, again, I'm at Warnemont, but nobody's listening to you. Served as priest. David with it. Let me put it to everybody like this. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what thought you have, what thought you don't have, what thought you have yet to have, what you're doing, what you're not doing, what you're about to do, what you don't even have the thought yet of what you're going to do. Everything is in this book. Every breath you take is a breath in this book that's spoken. It knows where you're at, what you're doing, what you're going to do before you know you're going to do it. It's all right here. So all your prophetic messages, all of this, become prophets of the nations, this and that. But if you truly want to do it right, you're going to do it and say, oh. No matter what page you open up in this book, in this Bible, that's your reflection in time of what is written for you in that moment in time for that day. If each one of these hairs is numbered, what does that mean? Each day in time is given to everybody, and it's known what everybody's going to do before they're going to do it. Every breath you take, Yahweh, breath, every breath you take are what is written in this book. Breath is word. Thought is what? Back to the real prophetic word of God. Nobody's listening to you in here, I know. Nobody abide in you or listening to you on here. It's a matter of time. See how there's two conversations happening right here in time? And each one of these numbers, see? Each one of these numbers, everything has detail and matters. BD. Nobody I've been reading Chronicles for... Chronicles is this is all Esther. This is all like what's going on after Esther and why Esther happened and all of this. This is Texas and Florida. This is Texas, Florida, Washington, and Washington. All mirrors. All mirrors. This has Esther is Texas, Florida, John. John is a reflection of Genesis. Genesis is a reflection of it. Everything is a reflection of each other. Everything, every day of our lives is a reflection of the good and the bad of our lives. The good, bad, and choices of everybody's life. But hey, what do I know? I know nothing. I'm just a nobody. Where are you? See how that works? God's just a nobody. It's pretty messed up that all of this is right here, but the world has all these different sources of Bible, Black Mirror Bible study people, but none of them show any of this. Why? 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 Where was I? Assign the functions of the priestly services, but since the descendants of Eleazar see, I'm leaving all right. Meaning I'm going to end this all right. I'm going to leave it all right. I'm going to end after this. So it shows he leaving us already. Every moment in time and every choice. So before I had this thought, as I just had in my head right now, I'm just going to get off this. I don't want to be on this Black Mirror anymore. This is all garbage. Anything I'm speaking into here is just garbage. I want to speak into hearts, not to phones. So I'm just going to show my heart here to my own reflection while others just choose to see it or choose to not to see it. I'm not being arrogant. That's not ego. That's not me being an a-hole. That's just me saying I don't choose to start my life, Genesis, on an iPhone. Pi shown. Pi is the key to the mind of God to showing you. I don't want to start my life on an iPhone. See, I'm just in the garden. I want to take this and throw it into the lake of fire. But since the descendants of Eleazar were found to be more numerous than those of Ithamar, the former were divided into 16 groups. What time is it? Where was I? 16 groups, and the later into 8 groups, each under its family head. So these groups, 16 groups of peace. Okay, 16 is peace. 6'1" is peace, and 8 groups is infinity. So they are staying in the alignment of infinity with these groups, each under its family heads in pi. So see how I went here, back here, reading in reflection of Genesis. Pi is shown here of peace and 8 groups, which is infinity. So they are speaking in infinity. This is the Infinity War, all the garbage you guys watch, the Avengers, this, that. They take this and mock the Trinity. The evangelists, the Avengers, the evangelists, John the Evangelists and all the evangelists, they take that and make movies about it. Each under its family head. Their functions were assigned impartially by lot. For there was officers of the holy place and the officers of the divine presence. So these are officers, okay, that are regulating in time, infinity. So when I said, hey, King David, this is a harp, okay? I know a harp is not shaped like this. So if this string represents the beginning, this string represents where they were at now, this string represents 1,000 years in between. So King David had Solomon, which is Solomon is the Solomon Temple, which is the Messianic Solomon Temple, because when everyone's solo outside of the house of God, but go back into the house of God, this is what it all means. Taking all the gold, which the world that was collected, which is your heart, which is your mind, which is your spirit, all the different minerals that were collected, gold, silver, okay? If this is Israel down here, which is Jacob, Jacob fell, and he's on his butt. Jacob's on his butt. Jacob has to rise above Solomon because Solomon got caught up in these 2 strings, which is the wine press and where we're at now, okay? So this is why Sodom and Gomorrah and all that gay and transgender garbage is in Israel right now, and why Jacob fell. Israel fell. So Israel has to rise above Solomon and all the cone heads. So these are all like the cone heads of all your box heads, okay? This represents like all the people in time who use looking through the windows in time while you're in your homes, okay? So Israel has to rise above King Solomon, because Solomon, when you look at pictures of King Solomon, his eyes are always looking down for the most part. King David is looking up because he was looking up through the strings in time, but King Solomon, the son of David, got caught up in the wine press and just into the future. He got caught up into the future and couldn't go any further because he fell in the future in the past. Okay, so now Israel, which is where we're at right now, has to rise above all the cone heads and become its true place, as it says in time, the promise kept to Israel. So the officers in time are those who are the infinity and peace. The divine presence is sitting in both. He's really listening to her all. So I'm just at Warnemont. I at Warnemont. See, he a me, I a mirror him. Forwards and backwards. See, he a me, I am a mirror him. Son of Nathaniel. Nothing on you. Who's in Israel right now? Netanyahu. They have nothing on you. El is God. Elohim. Elohi ends. They got nothing on you. The Levites made a record of all the all the presence of the king. And the leaders of Zadok. I'm going to see if you guys see this now. Ends. Everybody will be okay. So all the cops, all the 70, this is 76 talk. So this is freedom talk. In the beginning and the end, from the end to the beginning, this is all cop talk. This is all, everything's going to be okay. The priests in I'm going to let him teach it. He, heel. So Jacob and Esau, he was born on the heel. Ahim. Now look. Elohim, he's teaching. Nathaniel, nothing on you. El, he's teaching him. I be right here. And the heads of ancestral houses of the priests and the Levites, listing to successive family groups of Eleazar before each one of Ithmar. So I'm just on Warnemont, of where I'm teaching it, of my house in time. The first lot fell to, now I'm leaving. Jay, you're really a hero. Jay, you're really being a hero. The second of Jedediah, Jay, I'm ending it right now. Jay is ending it right now. I hear ya. Jay left, ending it. I hear ya. All ya. The third is Harim. The fourth is Siamir. See all you mirrors. So I'm saying goodbye right now. That's what this means. That's what this word in time means for me doing what I'm doing right this very moment. That's how you read the Bible. That's how you see your lives. That's true reflection. That's true alignment. But people do not want to see what it is they're meant to see in time. See? You're a mirror. You're a mirror, Wisconsin. See? You're all a mirror of Wisconsin. You're really a hero, B. I'll be here. I'll be right here. Peace be with you. I hope this helps, because it just took me, 45 minutes just to go through the chapter 23 to 24. Imagine sitting and actually knowing what all of it means from beginning to end. You would know your own life and there would be no problems on the world stage. Peace be with you.